Hey everyone, today I'm part of a card making YouTube hop hosted by Cecilia at Valley Oak Paper, and the theme for this month is Out of My Comfort Zone. This is my first time participating in this hop, and I decided to do a fairly simple one that is still out of my comfort zone. So I've got my card base here and a card panel, and I'm going to be doing the blackout technique, I think it's called, with this embossing folder. It's an old Cuttlebug birthday embossing folder. I have no clue what it's called. And I've got a few different colors of Distress Oxide inks here. The Salty Ocean, Twisted Citron, and Squeezed Lemonade, and then my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. Now this VersaFine Clair ink pad is not a very juicy ink pad. It is well loved and well used, which is actually really good because I was a little terrified to do this because the last time I tried this technique it didn't work out so well. Anyways, I've sped up the ink blending here with these Distress Oxide inks, and being that this technique is using an embossing folder and black ink over top, the ink blending does not have to be perfect, which is a good thing. So I'm just laying up some color on there. So now I'm going to line this up in this embossing folder, and this embossing folder has a lot of words obviously on it and some flowers, but there's going to be more color still showing through than the black that will be over top of it. So once I've got this lined up, I run it through my embossing machine and it embossed beautifully. Look at that. I mean, that on its own looks nice, but black against those colors, I think will be great. Okay, on to the part that's out of my comfort zone. Because the last time I tried this, I had a really juicy ink pad and I think I also pressed too hard on it. So I'm a little skeptical and terrified here to do this, but it all turns out in the end. I just really lightly pressed on it. The last time I tried it, not with this embossing folder, a different one, but I got ink way down lower than it should have been and it really didn't work out. But this one is working out well and I'm quite pleased with it. So thank you, Valley Oak Paper, for having this YouTube hop with this theme so that I could step out of my comfort zone, and now I'm quite excited to try this with some other embossing folders. And there should be a link in the description below with all the other participants in this hop. Please check out their videos because there are some fabulous creators that are going to do some magical cards for you. I am so pleased that this turned out really well. Like I said, the ink pad wasn't super juicy, so it's not super dark black, but I'm happy with it. So I'm just bringing out my card base and realized I had a bit of ink on my fingers. So just clean that off. And then I will pop it just gently sitting on the card base, and then I do go off screen and let it dry for a little bit before I actually come back and adhere it. So now that that ink is dry, I have brought out my Barely Art glue, and I will just speed up the process of adding glue all over that panel and sticking it down to the card base. And there we go. And now I'm going to bring in my diamond art gems, and I'm picking out the black ones. I find these gems are great for embellishments on cards. So I decided to see what they would look like in the centers of those flowers, and I thought they looked really cute. So I'm just adding glue to centers of flowers and adding black diamond art gems into them. I didn't do every flower, but I think I did most of them. Now I wanted to add a sentiment to the inside of the card as well, so I brought out my Misty so that I don't mess up the card once I've got the front all made. And I have this stamp set from Waffle Flower, and it is called Inside Sentiments Birthday. I love this stamp set because there are several different options that you can pop inside a birthday card. So I'm choosing the one that says, "Hope your day is filled with fun, laughter, and love." I just thought that wording and the font that it's written in kind of went really well with all the happy birthdays on the outside or the front of the card. So I'm just lining the stamp up in my Misty. As you can tell, I need to clean the lid of my Misty. It's pretty stained, but that doesn't affect its function. So I'm going to stamp it with my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And like I said, that ink pad is not super juicy, so I do have to stamp it a second time. And I do love my Misty for that reason, so that I can have it in the same position. And I do generally just kind of press the card back into the corner just to make sure that it's in the right spot. And that worked out well. So here is my finished card. All these happy birthdays with those little diamond art gems in the flower centers. And then inside, hope your day is filled with fun, laughter, and love. Anyways, thanks for watching, and please check out all of the other fabulous creators and what they've made. Have a wonderful, peaceful day.